One day, the sun is going to rise and you won't be here to see it. That sounds heavy, right? But it's true. None of us get forever, and yet we live like we're carrying the weight of the universe on our backs. We stress, we worry, we overthink like it all matters so much. But here's the thing. If our time is this short, why spend it being so serious all the time? Why spend it obsessing over things that won't matter in the grand scheme of things? Think about it. Some of our best memories probably came from moments that weren't planned. Moments where you weren't worried about how you looked or whether you were doing it right. You were just there, laughing, existing. And maybe that's the point. Maybe life was never meant to be this serious in the first place. We act like if we plan hard enough, stress enough, calculate every move, then maybe life will go the way we want it to. But let's be honest, how often does that really happen? Life is messy, unpredictable. It throws curveballs whether you're ready or not. And sometimes, the harder you try to control every detail, the more miserable you get. Because control is an illusion. You can't plan your way out of uncertainty. You can only live through it. And when you stop taking it all so seriously, you start realizing that half the chaos is actually what makes life interesting. Think about the funniest moments in your life, the stories you tell over and over again. Are they the perfect ones? The times everything went smoothly? No, they're the times when everything went wrong. The embarrassing moments, the awkward situations, the failures that were so bad you couldn't help but laugh. That's proof right there. The stuff we stress over in the moment usually ends up being the stuff we laugh about later. So why not laugh now? Why not give yourself the permission to see the comedy in the mess instead of waiting years to find it funny? We live like everything is a test we can fail. Like if we don't achieve enough, if we don't impress enough, if we don't get it right, we're worthless. But life isn't a test. Nobody's grading you. There's no scoreboard at the end. Taking life too seriously just makes you tired. It makes you miss the simple joys, the kind of moments that actually make it worth living. Because while you're busy stressing about your next step, life is quietly passing by in the background. Here's something I think about. One day we're all going to look back, whether you're 60, 80, 100. At some point you'll look back at this version of yourself, and you'll realize all the stuff you worried about wasn't that deep. The deadlines, the expectations, the fear of looking stupid. None of it mattered as much as you thought it did. What will matter is how much you enjoyed yourself along the way, how much you laughed, how much you loved, how much you let yourself just be human. That's what loosening up does. It shifts your perspective. It reminds you that life is short, but it's also wide, full of moments that deserve to be experienced, not just endured. I've had times where I took life way too seriously, where I thought every failure meant I wasn't good enough, where I carried stress like a backpack filled with bricks. And looking back, I see how much of it was unnecessary, how much of it stole joy from moments that could have been light. And then there were times where I just let go. Times I laughed at myself, times I leaned into the mess, times I just went with it. And those are the memories I actually keep close. Those are the times I felt most alive. So maybe the real question isn't whether life is serious or not. The question is, how much of it are you willing to let yourself enjoy? Because here's the truth. You can take every little thing seriously and still never feel secure. Or you can let yourself laugh, loosen up, breathe, and realize this whole thing is temporary anyway. Why not enjoy it while you're here? Life isn't about being perfect. It isn't about having it all figured out. It's about moments. The kind that make you smile years later. The kind you don't want to miss because you were too stressed to notice them. So don't take it all too seriously. Laugh at the awkward stuff. Let yourself make mistakes. Dance even if you look dumb. Sing even if you're off key. Say what you feel before it's too late. Because at the end of the day, nobody gets out of here alive. The goal isn't to survive life with the least amount of mistakes. It's to live it with the most joy. And that only happens when you stop taking it so seriously.